Devin Bangor.
From the Great North Woods to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a man is facing charges after being accused of ramming a gate at the Augusta airport.
Plus, a local fire chief looks back at his many years of service as he prepares for retirement.
And local police chiefs remember the Sandy Hook massacre and reflect on the changing of the police work in response. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us today. The big story today, the one that everybody's talking about, is the snowfall that's going to be arriving into the state later tomorrow. Today, not a big deal, but tomorrow, about this time, we'll be preparing, if I can get my mouth to work, preparing for a storm. It looks like we could receive just a few inches around here or several inches.
I know.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Wait and see. It's a waiting game, as we know. But Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So we do have a lot of alerts in effect here. We do have winter storm watches in effect right until Saturday at about 1 p.m. This is a storm watch right about in here. And some gale watches also in effect as well. We can pull this map further off towards the east and trying to cue some of that up. And what we're probably going to see at this point is that gale watch that is in effect because we are going to be watching for our next system that will be moving in soon. For now, we're looking pretty good. We're seeing a few returns on the radar outside of the country. I doubt any of this is making it to the ground. So overall, we'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for us today. But look what's heading in our direction. By late Friday afternoon, this thing will start to move in, and we will have the opportunity for measurable snow again. That's why that winter storm watch is in effect, and maybe some significant snowfall possible in a few areas. As for today, not too bad. It will be under a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation to get too worried about. Our next turn for precipitation will be Friday afternoon. The winds will be out of the northeast for a while at about 15 miles per hour. Some gusts up to 25 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, again, and the morning period as well, I should say. Lots of clouds, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. A Skowhegan man faces a number of charges after allegedly crashing through a gate at the Augusta State Airport. 28-year-old Corey Adams was arrested Tuesday after police were called to a report of a hit and run in the area of Western Avenue and Meadow Road. Police say Adams had already left the scene in a brand new Toyota pickup by the time they arrived. He then allegedly drove the truck onto the Augusta Airport tarmac before crashing through the rear gate. Adams was arrested a short time later and is now facing charges including aggravated criminal mischief, driving to endanger, driving without a license, and criminal trespass. He's currently on probation for a previous offense and is being held without bail at the Kennebec County Jail.
Fire crews responded to a garage fire in Emden yesterday afternoon. Fire first responders say it was fully involved when they arrived at 1234 Kennebec Road. According to Anson's fire department, the fire started in a wood stove before spreading to the rest of that garage. They say the structure is a total loss. The property owner reported the fire just after 1 o'clock p.m. Anson, Madison, Starks, and Solon fire departments all responded and knocked it down within 10 minutes. Officials we spoke with believe the fire was accidental, but the cause is now being investigated further by the State Fire Marshal's office.
The Bangor Police Department isn't giving up a search for a missing man. They're once again asking the public to help find 38-year-old Graham Locker. He hasn't been seen since he walked away from the Dorothea Dix Psychiatric Hospital in Bangor on June 6th. Police say despite many searches and calls of potential sightings from the public, none of those have resulted in locating him. Police are asking anyone who might have seen him or have information that can help to contact the police department. More information about the case may be found or shared on the Facebook page maintained by Locker's family.
A local fire chief has decided to step down from his position to make way for the next generation. Devin Dagnall met with him to commemorate his decades of service.
After 38 years serving as the fire chief for Dover-Foxcroft, Joe Guyot is stepping down.
It's been a good run. It has. It's been rewarding.
Guyot says he made the decision because he felt it's just time to pass on the torch. After building his decades-long legacy, he says it's time for a new one to start.
What's kept you in the station this many years?
The love of it, the love of the fire service. It's, not only in Dover, but statewide, nationally, and the whole works. I made some damn good friends.
With over 50 years of service, Guyot says he's experienced a lot of success and challenges. But one of the things he's most proud of is the fire department museum that he helped establish.
That started probably 20 years ago on a dream, my dream, of keeping the old stuff.
The museum is filled with equipment, pictures, and memorabilia of past firefighters, not just from Dover-Foxcroft, but from all over the state. Guyot now hopes to have more time dedicated to the museum, opening it more often for the public. To be clear, though, the 81-year-old firefighter says that just because he's stepping down from his position, it doesn't mean that he plans on retiring anytime soon. As he puts it, he's just trading in his white helmet for a black one.
People on the street stop me and say, "Hey, well, you're retiring. How come? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here in the department. I'm going to stay in the department until, maybe they push dirt in my face or, whatever it is. But, no, this is my life. I can't walk away from it.
In Dover-Foxcroft, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Governor Mills is urging Mainers who lack affordable health care to sign up for coverage through the state's health insurance marketplace before the deadline. Today is the last day to enroll to avoid a gap in coverage in 2023. Those who sign up by midnight will have coverage effective on January 1st. The governor encouraged those who are uninsured to check their eligibility and enroll for coverage by visiting coverme.gov.
I know everybody in Maine is busy trying to get everything done that they can and contending with the higher costs of everything from eggs to heating oil, but this is an important thing too and can save you a lot of money come January 1st.
If you miss the deadline, you can sign up by January 15th in order to have coverage starting on February 1st.
A busy roadway in Old Town will be closed tonight for some emergency work. The Department of Transportation says Stillwater Avenue will be shut down for traffic so crews can repair a water pipe that's hanging beneath the bridge. They'll have to close the area around the Llewellyn Estes Bridge while the work is being carried out. The closure will take place from 10 o'clock tonight until 4 o'clock Friday morning. Drivers will have to take a detour to make it around the construction. We're told it will be about a 5-mile detour.
Waterville got to show off its brand new art center yesterday. Here's a preview of the new $18 million Paul F. Schupf Art Center located on Main Street in Waterville. The center will be a hub and destination for the visual and performing arts, art education, and film. The 32,000 square foot building was developed in partnership with Colby College and Waterville Creates and will be a place to showcase all the artistic talents in the area.
Really, we're creating a new model for the ways in which an art museum can be in community and new ways for the arts to be in community.
It's unbelievable. The last 7 years has just been a period of transformation in Waterville, and it's really coming down to this building as the capstone of just nearly $200 million in total reinvestment.
You'll be able to see a wide variety of different art mediums on display in a new modern building. The official opening day is set for this Saturday.
Union Street, Hannaford in Bangor has selected the beneficiary of its community bag program. The Coal Land Transportation Museum in Bangor will benefit from reusable bag sales from the store for the entire month of January. The museum is set to receive a $1 donation every time a Hannaford reusable bag is purchased at the Union Street location. Each month, Hannaford selects a new nonprofit to benefit from these sales. To learn more or submit your organization for eligibility, you can head to hannaford.to to givelocal.com. What is that again? Hannaford.to, the number 2?
Yes.
Givelocal.com. All right, thank you, Emma. I'm glad you figured that out because my old eyes just can't see that sometimes. That's pretty neat, though. That's something to think about when you're going to get one of those reusable bags. I have a ton of them.
I know, I do too, because I forget them in my trunk.
That's what I do. Most people either, they keep them in their vehicle or they have a little place. I'm the guy that leaves them on top of my refrigerator, and then I get to the store.
I have them on top of my fridge. I have them in my entranceway. I have them in my trunk.
Well, I don't feel so bad now.
Right.
I know
No,
every time I buy one of them. But I use them for other things too.
Right.
So,
and I use the paper bags when I get them for other things too. So
right. It all works out.
It
But
does.
It's nice to know it's going to nonprofits.
Absolutely. A new one every month. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the latest on a powerful winter storm that's causing problems in numerous states all across the country, really.
But first, another look at our forecast. Looks like a mostly cloudy day today. It'll be quite warm for this time of year. The high's around 39, mostly cloudy with lows around 30 tonight. Tomorrow, there's that storm we were talking about. We can expect some rain and snow, more snow as the day rolls along. The high's around 34 degrees.
We have lots of stuff for Christmas.
When you're all done decorating, come back to Rennie's because we got plenty of gifts at the best prices for your whole family.
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
For 72 years, Rennie's has been your Maine staple, and we love supporting Maine-made and local products.
So thank you for shopping Rennie's, and thank you for shopping local this Christmas season.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Napa knows great holiday savings. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has the perfect gift for everyone this year. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are the perfect cold weather gear. And stay warm even longer with a free battery when you purchase any M12 heated gear. Find the perfect gift this holiday season for you or anyone on your list. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Happy holidays from all of us right here at Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
How do you figure that it's not your fault? If not yours, then whose?
Marilyn Million.
Look, Miss.
Don't call me Miss, it's Judge.
Well, Miss Judge.
Not Miss Judge, just Judge.
The People's Court.
I like your style, Judge.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. It was 10 years ago when tragedy struck Newton, Connecticut. 20 children and 6 educators were killed by a 20-year-old shooter with a semi-automatic rifle. The shooter, Adam Lanza, had already killed his mother before he set foot in the school. After shooting the young students and teachers, he then killed himself. The unthinkable tragedy has had a lasting effect on the community, first responders, and the country as a whole.
Yesterday, our Beth Jones sat down with multiple police chiefs from around our region and state for a law enforcement town hall to talk about Sandy Hook and the ever-changing landscape of policing.
It's been 10 years since the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut sent shockwaves through the country. As we remembered the unthinkable tragedy, part of that portrait of grief includes the first responders who arrived on scene to find 20 children and 6 teachers dead. Police chiefs here in Maine reflected on the impact of that day.
The years, and this was one that certainly has had us all pause and look at everything that we're doing. Certainly with that happening in some of our more recent events, active shooters, incidences, trainings are at the forefront of everything. School resource officers being a huge component of that.
We have to be thinking about this and be preparing our staff, ourselves, mentally and both physically through training to be prepared for a response.
Gorham Police Chief Chris Sanborn says responses have changed. At the beginning of his career more than 30 years ago, initial responding officers were expected to surround the incident and then wait for backup. Training and policies have evolved since then, and now he says the model looks a lot different.
Now the policy is whether you have 1 officer on scene immediately or 5, you get there, you engage the suspect now, correct? There's no waiting around anymore.
That's absolutely correct.
They are also reminded of another troubling trend, the phoning in of fake active shooter hoaxes, including one recent event in November that spread statewide and plunged multiple school districts into chaos.
So when the hoax came out, we actually had a training day scheduled, and within a matter of minutes, an entire training day had been transformed into something completely different. and officers that had not been in uniform were put in uniform. And we had people at schools before some of the schools knew exactly what was going on.
They say school threats are a major reason why they consider school resource officers to be crucial positions in their departments.
If law enforcement was at your school back then, it was who's going to jail, who's getting in trouble. Now, we've been successful enough with our program that if we're not there, the kids and the teachers alike are asking where we are.
Support our school resource officers and build those relationships to hopefully prevent these types of incidents from occurring in our communities. And God forbid if something does happen, we've got a police officer there to help deal with that threat immediately.
The chiefs agree the bottom line is it's a different world than when they all put on the uniform for the first time.
And unfortunately, everybody here has been to a training to speak to somebody that's been to one of these horrible events, and what we learn from them every time and how we've got to do it better. It's tragic that we're getting better at it because they happen so often. And unfortunately, I don't think anybody here sees it changing anytime in the near future.
And that was Beth Jones reporting. We'll have more from our first ever law enforcement town hall coming up in the coming days. Certainly has changed the landscape of everything. We were talking while that package was running, we talked about the police and the law enforcement and how they respond, but how about all the educators out there and how it's changed their lives?
Yeah, I know my friend's a teacher, and when I was in school, we had drills of line up against the wall and kind of hide, and now it's changed to an aspect of these kids are trained to fight back and minimize casualties and get away push getting away as much as you can over kind of hiding and making it seem like you're not there.
It's so scary, the changes to our role. I mean, we didn't have to deal with this stuff when I was younger, and now they do. And I'm a parent, and I've had a kid in a school when there's been something going on at the school, some kind of a potential active shooter. And I'll tell you, as a parent, you feel helpless knowing your kid's there.
And that divide between the generations, too. I know with my generation and yours, we think of it so differently because to my generation that had the trainings in place, it's so normalized.
Yeah.
So it's very strange, and the changes that keep coming, I'm interested to see how we keep adapting to this. But it's scary for everybody.
It's kind of sad what's happening to our country in general, how we're all becoming desensitized to everything.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
All right, let's move on now. The time now is 6:17. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look across the country to see how the severe weather is affecting everyone differently.
Plus, we'll have safe driving tips amidst this messy winter weather. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Happy holidays from Maine Collision Center. For all your collision repairs, we help straighten out your life. Season's greetings from all of us at Color Concepts, 840 Hammond Street, Bangor. See us for Benjamin Moore Paints and Hunter Douglas. ADA Fence would like to thank all past and present customers for your patronage. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
New Shark Tank Fridays on ABC.
Sponsored locally by Comfort Shoes and More, 19 Moosehead Trail, Newport. More than 40 years of helping people out of foot pain.
Severe weather is impacting much of the country. Right now, the death toll is rising after tornadoes swept across the New Orleans area last night. And this morning, parts of the mid-Atlantic from Virginia to Pennsylvania are bracing for an ice storm. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
This morning, the damage is described as catastrophic in areas around New Orleans after suspected tornadoes slammed southeast Louisiana.
Tornado is still there.
The mayor of Gretna says up to 5,000 buildings are likely damaged in her town.
Glass breaking, it sounded like my roof was coming off.
Amanda Dufresne and her 2 kids tried to take shelter in the bathroom as a tornado tore apart their home in Jefferson Parish.
I didn't even get to the bathroom yet. I just grabbed the kids, just put them on the ground and got on top of them.
You covered your kids with your body?
I covered my kids with my body and just prayed that it wouldn't even pick me up or them.
At least 4 people were hospitalized when a tornado moved into New Orleans.
New Orleans now under a tornado warning. The rotation about 5 miles that way, just over the Mississippi. But with all this rain, we won't see it coming, and it's heading right for downtown.
Authorities say 1 person was killed in St. Charles Parish, raising the storm death toll in Louisiana to 3.
It's just going to be hard to accept, that this is happening a week before Christmas.
At least 42 tornadoes have been reported across 4 states since Tuesday. 1,000 miles north, the same weather system fueling blizzard conditions in the plains and upper Midwest. And this morning, parts of Virginia, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania are bracing for a dangerous ice storm. Cities along the I-95 corridor face a wintry mix before heavy snow moves into the interior northeast.
That's a prime example of it's a rainstorm right now, but we are looking at it to making sure it's a rainstorm. If that does change, if that track moves, we'll be ready.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Pretty scary for what some of those people are dealing with. We have a little taste of winter weather. I think it's from that whole storm system heading our way. We're pretty safe sailing until tomorrow afternoon. I think that's when it's supposed to start. So time now is to get ready for it.
Yep, good sledding if you're interested in that this weekend.
On a bright side,
Yeah, let's get a full look at that forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So plenty of alerts in effect. Let's break them down right here. This blue area is a winter storm watch. It's in effect until 1 p.m. Saturday. We'll see an upgrade at some point as they're watching for more snow that will begin to move in. There's a storm watch in effect until Saturday morning at 7 a.m. This is worse than the gale alerts. Now a little shade right there farther off right about in here is a gale watch also up until 4 p.m. Saturday. So plenty of activity that we'll be watching out for. And these are winter storm warnings further off towards the south and west in the pink. And this shade right here that's not quite showing up much is actually an ice storm warning that's up for a few areas. So not looking pretty good in a few areas. Back here at home, we're not too bad, just under a mostly cloudy sky today. And we're watching a few returns on the radar for the northeast going toward the south and west. I'm not too worried about them. They're probably not even making it to the ground. And if they are, it will not be a big deal. Those will taper off rather quickly. What I am worried about is this system right about in here. It's tracking off from the south and west, going toward the north and east. And this will give us some snowfall and maybe some significant snowfall in a few spots as this does continue to track off towards the north and east. Hence why those winter storm watches are now in effect. Let's break this down right now on Futurecast. Plenty of clouds moving in today with a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation expected at all today or tonight either, but tomorrow will remain mostly cloudy. The winds will get gusty again, and here's that precipitation line right there. It's slow to move in from the southwest to the north and east. But on top of gusty winds, we'll be watching for snow and maybe a wind sheet mix in some spots too, especially closer toward the coast, and temperatures get above freezing moving forward. So how much snow? It's going to be very spread out. So we're going to run this and stop this at Saturday at about midnight, so Saturday at 12 a.m. Hardly anything at some point, maybe ½ inch to an inch in some spots. But we'll run this through most of the weekend, at least through early Sunday morning. And some areas can see about 6 to 8 inches before we're all finished up. And even beyond that, maybe just a little bit more, at least through early Monday morning. Plenty to sort out yet. This will definitely change, but some significant snowfall possible in a few spots between now and Monday. And of course, this will change as it does develop, so definitely stay tuned for updates. Gusty winds will also be an issue as well at around 20 to 25 miles per hour today, and also in the parts of tomorrow moving forward. And because of this, wave heights are up at around 4 to 11 feet according to some of the buoys out there further out towards sea. Check out this color right there. That really tells you the waves are active in some areas. Our average high being 35 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today with the mid-30s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also near Monday and Tuesday before we cool off again to the lower 30s as we head towards your Wednesday. Your forecast for today, upper 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. As for tonight, lower 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast breeze back backing off briefly to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 30s, rain and snow showers on the way. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. This will move in during the afternoon period. Your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Rain and snow chances move in on Friday, continue into Saturday and Sunday, with a smaller chance on Monday, and temperatures overall in the middle to upper 30s.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety wants to remind motorists to drive sober or get pulled over. With the holiday season approaching, Maine law enforcement agencies have increased overtime enforcement details. The money comes from a grant from the National Highway Safety Traffic Administration and was awarded to 28 police departments around Maine, including the Maine State Police.
When you do, it's just best to make sure that you plan ahead and always have a safe and sober ride home. So that means, either getting a taxi ahead of time or making sure you have a way to get a ride share, or, even designated a sober driver, someone who's just going to be your designated driver.
Well, the idea is high visibility enforcement so that anyone that will be on the roads will think to arrange for a ride before they drink and drive. This program will run until the first of the year. So don't drink and drive.
I didn't know you could get a taxi ahead of time. You can schedule a taxi?
Sure. Sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know with Uber and everything these days, it's just so you can do it right now.
Yeah, a lot of the
That's
taxi
smart.
companies actually, they have regulars. A lot of people rely on them to get to their medications and
Right.
things like that. So
Yep.
every Tuesday you have to pick up Melba and bring her down to Rite Aid or something.
And especially when it gets busy later on at night because everybody needs a ride,
Yep.
it's probably better to schedule one in advance.
Yeah.
Smart. Cool.
Back with more after this.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered for the seasons ahead with an affordable Kia for everyone. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrids, and fully electric vehicles. Find your next vehicle here. You'll get more car for less money when you upgrade at Van Sickle Kia. Plus, you'll get Kia's market-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business. Get started at VanSickleKia.com.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Portal Call in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports, including Harris tweed handbags, wallets and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, Man Bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portal Call, 69 Main Street, Bucksport.
Merry Christmas to all our friends and customers from McCusick Petroleum, 32 Summer Street, Dover Foxcroft. Get your hearing aids at Dover Audiology, Dover Foxcroft. Better hearing brings us closer to the joys of the holidays. Unwind, 151 Water Street, Skowhegan. Maine-made wine, beer, and cocktails. Buy $100 in gift cards and get a free t-shirt.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Two boaters are happy to be back with their families after being rescued at sea. The men were transporting a sailboat from New Jersey down to the Florida Keys when the vessel became disabled. That was on November 27th. A big search was launched when their families hadn't heard from them in over a week. Relief finally came on Tuesday when the disabled sailboat was spotted by a passing tanker ship. The two men and their pet dog were taken aboard and later picked up by the Coast Guard. The sailboat was later discovered with a missing mast and without fuel or power.
Now to the latest on the 7 alleged spies charged with shipping sensitive U.S. technology to Russia. One of them, a New Hampshire man accused of using his quiet suburban home as a part of a smuggling ring. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
This home looks like any other on this quiet suburban block in Merrimack, New Hampshire, decked out with Christmas decorations like Frosty the Snowman. But Justice Department officials allege it was at the center of an international Russian smuggling ring.
One thing very odd I noticed is that there's always a lot of boxes there. I didn't know anything about it. Did they have some sort of online business? I don't know.
Federal prosecutors indicting 35-year-old Alexei Brayman along with 6 others, alleging the defendants secretly worked for Russian intelligence and created shell companies based in the U.S., then illegally shipped millions of dollars in equipment and technology to Russia, often pretending that they were routed to other countries like Germany. Some items allegedly included bullets and materials used to develop hypersonic and nuclear weapons that could be used by the Russian military as Russia's war with Ukraine intensifies.
The U.S. government takes extremely seriously items that are going to places like Russia, China, Iran. They have reported in some of these previous cases where items illegally purchased by these front or shell companies ended up on the battlefield in Ukraine.
You can see the Brayman family in social media photos. Brayman's wife, Daria Brayman, has not been charged with a crime. The 7 defendants have been charged with conspiracy, money laundering, smuggling, and bank and wire fraud. 3 of them are in custody, but the other 4 are believed to be in Russia. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, humans are not the only ones who need a flu shot this winter. Canine flu is hitting shelters and homes across the United States. Symptoms like in humans include coughing, sneezing, eye and nose discharge, fever, lethargy, and trouble breathing. The American Veterinary Medical Association recommends getting your dog vaccinated for canine influenza to help prevent infection, especially if your dog spends time in a park around other animals or doggy daycare.
The Federal Reserve has announced its 7th rate hike this year. It's also the final one of 2022. But as Fox's Lauren Blanchard explains, there will likely be even more raises next year to combat inflation.
The full effects of our rapid tightening so far are yet to be felt. Even so, we have more work to do.
The Federal Reserve announced another interest rate hike of 0.5%, rates now at their highest in 15 years. It's smaller than the last 4 rate hikes, but still pushes interest rates higher and pushes many potential borrowers out of the market.
We will stay the course until the job is done.
Chairman Jerome Powell will likely keep rates at their peak for much of next year. That could be painful for anyone who takes out a loan or buys on credit.
We'll need to stay there, until we're really confident that inflation's coming down in a sustained way, and we think that that will be some time.
There are hopes that with inflation dipping, now at 7.1% compared to last year, the Fed will ease off the 0.5% or more hikes. But market watchers say people are still spending. They're just buying with their credit cards.
The consumer is loading up on credit card debt, especially in the holiday season when you see a lot of demand. The goal of raising interest rates is to choke off demand, but we can't seem to totally choke off demand.
Some economists believe at the next Fed meeting in February, they will raise rates again. However, they are hoping it will only be by a 0.25 percentage point. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll check out the views from the Thomas Hill Standpipe in Bangor.
We'll be back right after this.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Kim's Car Care offers detailing inside, outside, and under the hood for $299. We want our customers to have a wow factor with 100% satisfaction. Walk-ins welcome, and we do offer gift certificates.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. We are this year's proud sponsors of the Salvation Army Christmas Toy Drive. Each year, the Salvation Army collects interesting, new, unopened, and unwrapped toys to ensure that every good boy and girl receives a gift on Christmas morning. This year, the need is greater than ever. We invite you to join with Santa, his elves, and all the rest of us to make this possible by bringing your gift for a good girl or boy to WKIT Radio at 861 Broadway in Bangor and placing it under the Zone Tree. From there, Santa, his elves, and the Salvation Army will make sure our donated gifts are wrapped and delivered to a good boy or girl in time for them to open on Christmas morning. Together, we can be the blessing to make a child's Christmas merrier and New Year happier.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Thursday, December 15th, 2022. There are 21 days left in the year. And today is National Regifting Day.
How about that?
So if you have any wine that's been sitting around or, something else that didn't really fit, that it's just not really to your liking, you can box it up, be polite, and re-gift it. Nobody's the wiser.
No big deal, as long as it's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
I think wine is a great one. I use that one as an example because it's really hard to buy people certain drinks like that because everybody has such specific taste.
Give a bottle of wine.
Or if you don't drink, it's like, oh.
Yeah. Gift cards are a good re-gifting thing too sometimes.
Right.
If you have them. But
yeah.
I would never re-gift. Don't worry. People in my life, I would never do that.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I won't tell you in that instance, but
Maybe
I'm a
I have.
re-gifter.
Maybe I have. So. All right, on this day in history, in 2011, the Iraq War officially ended as the United States formally declared its mission in the country to be over. The Iraq War is known as one of the deadliest wars in the 21st century.
One of 8.
One of 8?
Looked it up. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. And on this day in history, in 1966, American animator Walt Disney passed away at the age of 65.
Didn't have a lot of birthdays today. There were birthdays, but it was like nobody we knew.
Much stuff.
A lot of Don Johnson, the actor Don Johnson. Today is his birthday.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. Yeah. He was really big stuff there for a while.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to Don.
Yeah. Have you seen the remake?
No.
No.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, there's a new Miami Vice show.
I remember they did it. I think it was with Jamie Foxx and somebody else. Yeah, I haven't seen
My grandmother loved both.
Yeah.
Yep.
I liked it too. It was huge back then.
It's good stuff.
So, hey, the weather. Let's talk about the weather.
It's a good day to talk about the weather.
It wasn't
crazy.
like breathtakingly cold today as I headed out for work. A little moisture on the roads, and it's right around freezing. So you may want to take it easy out there, just in case. You never know. It's kind of
strange. My driveway felt more cold than the air.
Yeah, as I pulled out of the driveway, I felt my wheels kind of sliding around a little bit. But coming into work, no big deal.
Right.
So just be careful out there. The big story, of course, is the snow that will arrive tomorrow. We may get a few inches just to the west of us. It looks like they may get almost a foot.
Yeah.
So it just depends on which way the storm wants to go.
Yeah, crazy.
Devin has the answers for us, though.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So we do have a lot of alerts in effect here. We do have winter storm watches in effect running until Saturday at about 1 p.m. This is a storm watch right about in here. And some gale watches also in effect as well. We can pull this map further off towards the east and try to cue some of that up. And what we're probably going to see at this point is that gale watch that is in effect because we are going to be watching for our next system that will be moving in soon. For now, we're looking pretty good. We're seeing a few returns on the radar outside of the country. I doubt any of this is making it to the ground. So overall, we'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for us today. But look what's heading in our direction. By late Friday afternoon, this thing will start to move in, and we will have the opportunity for measurable snow again. That's why that winter storm watch is in effect, and maybe some significant snowfall possible in a few areas. As for today, not too bad. We'll be under a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation to get too worried about. Our next turn for precipitation will be Friday afternoon. The winds will be out of the northeast for a while at about 15 miles per hour. Some gusts up to 25 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, again, and the morning period as well, I should say. Lots of clouds, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, Bangor Landmark opened its doors for the final time of the year yesterday. Bangor Water District held its last tour for 2022 at the Thomas Hill Standpipe. Tours took place from 1 until 3, giving visitors the opportunity to hike up the stairs and take in the amazing view.
The Thomas Hill Standpipe is a great piece of Bangor's history. It's been here for 125 years. Not only is it beautiful and scenic, but it also provides us with our water for downtown and pressure for fire prevention and for drinking water, too.
Well, the Standpipe will offer tours once again in the spring. To find out more about tour dates and times to visit, you can visit Bangor Water District's Facebook page or visit their website. There's the view. See, we didn't even have to walk up there.
Iconic imagery it is, though. It's in the movie It. It's in the town of Derry.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love seeing it as you're driving through the city, too, especially at night with the crown up there all lit up.
And that hill has just beautiful views. Sometimes I take the long way just so I can go on that west side of Bangor. Well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have your latest with local sports.
Don't go away.
When it comes to winter footwear, warmth, waterproof, and safety matter most. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport and discover the latest in winter boot technology. We've got boots rated from -60 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your feet warm in any weather. Check out the new materials guaranteed to keep your feet dry. Relieve the anxiety of slipping and falling this winter with the new Navitech with grippers built right into the sole. Just flip it and clip it and you're ready to go. Be prepared this winter. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Oh, it's looking a lot like Christmas around here.
Well, we are both looking a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, I got all this at Rennie's, by the way.
That's awesome.
We got everything.
We have everything for Christmas. We have lots of lights, we have bows, we have Christmas cards, we got bags, we got bells.
For 72 years, Rennie's has been your Maine staple, and we love supporting Maine-made and local products.
So thank you for shopping Rennie's, and thank you for shopping local this Christmas season.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Happy holidays from Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's not only a tagline, it's the way we do business. Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from our family at Zeppa's New York Pizza. Wishing all a great 2023.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with the Black Bears. We had the news on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, the university followed through with the official announcement. Jude Killey is officially Maine's next director of athletics. He is signed for 5 years, $250,000 annually. He has been the deputy director of athletics for the past 5 years at Miami University in Ohio, the university he's called home since 2008, and comes into Maine at a very opportune time. The university is expecting to introduce him on Tuesday. They offered a statement from Killey on Wednesday. Here it is. He said, "I am thrilled to be the next AD to represent our staff, coaches, and students to help support the entire campus and community. The University of Maine is an amazing institution with unique attributes," and much more. Let's stay with the University of Maine now. Maine women's basketball has just 2 games left in their non-conference schedule, and it was a tough one, the 42nd toughest in the country to be exact, but they've learned a lot, and they're ready to turn the page into America East play. Ryan Sudol has the story.
There's no cupcakes on our schedule. Every game we play, we have to be ready for, and you know, we'll take our bumps. We always do in non-conference.
Maine women's basketball are no strangers to these bumps this season. They're 4-7 headed into conference play, but not without the 42nd toughest schedule in the country.
We didn't see the results necessarily in wins and losses, but it's not like we were playing bad teams.
Black Bears opponents so far have included nationally ranked teams like Kansas and Gonzaga, but the pros of these experiences well outweigh the cons.
Yeah, we've had some tough games, but I think the most important thing about it is that we've learned from all those games. Like, we take the mistakes we make, and then we learn from them.
And the Black Bears had minimal mistakes in their 88-60 win over Army Saturday. One of their top performers was America East Rookie of the Week, J.C. Christopher, who went 7 of 10 from three-point range.
Oh, I think she's great. I think she's working hard. I mean, great game the other day. Made a lot of shots.
Offensively, she can shoot, she can score. For her, and just like it is for any freshman, it's learning all the other stuff. And I think she's doing a good job with that.
Junior Caroline Borneman also came through, scoring a team-high 29 points and shooting 5 for 7 from 3.
Shooting the ball with confidence. I mean, when my teammates get me open, it's shooting the ball with confidence, but I think definitely a lot of it comes from my teammates getting me open.
Aside from stars getting hotter as the games get bigger, reigning A East Player of the Year Ann Simon is back practicing after a leg injury.
I mean, it's definitely exciting. We have depth, and that just adds a lot to our team.
She's making progress, and we hope to have her back sooner than later.
While Ann is day-to-day, the Black Bears look to add another feather in their cap before conference as they play Harvard on Sunday. In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what they can do in these final 2 non-conference games. Let's stay with the University of Maine now. Field hockey season is long over, but the awards are still rolling in for the Black Bears. Just recently, it was announced there were 2 All-Americans in Orono this fall. Stop me when you've heard these names before. Poppy Lambert and Chloe Walton, both winning All-Region earlier, both named All-Americans this week. Lambert was named to the National Field Hockey Coaches Association's 2nd team All-American, with Walton earning 3rd team honors. And it's the first time Maine has had 2 All-American field hockey players in one season, and it comes just months after Lambert won America East Defensive Player of the Year and Walton won the conference's Offensive Player of the Year. We still have one more year of Poppy Lambert in Orono, too. All right, let's go to some high school sports now. Some action around our area on Wednesday. We will start on the ice over at Sawyer Arena in Bangor. Rams getting ready to go. They're playing Hamden Academy. Both teams looking for win number 1, game number 1 for the Broncos. First period, Bangor dominated the offensive zone on the power play. Miles Randall blasting this one in the net. That's going to make it 1-0 Rams. Broncos looking to answer here. Lucas Dunn on the breakaway, hits the post. So close to tying it up. Bangor had a lot of chances, but Hamden's Aaron Donovan was nails between the poles all night. Nice glove save here, and then in the second period, able to stop this one from point-blank range, staying with his man, keeping his team in it. Broncos now shorthanded. It's Matthew Shane on the breakaway. He beats Liam Dowdy, who also nails the net, goes flying into the boards, but it's all love. That would tie the game, and both teams would score in the third, and this one would end in a 2-2 tie after overtime. Let's go to some boys hoops now. Central hosting Foxcroft Academy will start in the third. Central's Jackson Pollock going to paint a pretty picture with this step-back 3, but Foxcroft dominated this one. Still in the third. Foxcroft in transition. Caden Crocker, nice pass to Jaden Richard for the lay-in. 2 guys dominated on the gridiron all fall, too. Final seconds of the quarter. Ponies again. Devin Henderson loses the ball, but Wyatt Rayfield picks it up, nails the J at the horn. Ponies up huge after 3. Fourth quarter, watch Silas Topolsky galloping like an actual pony the entire length of the court to find Caden Witten at the rim. Foxcroft goes on to win big, 82-27. They are 2-0. All right, let's take a look at some other scores from around the state on Wednesday. Old Town over Presque Isle in the county, 67-49. Bucksport boys basketball, 63-49 win over George Stevens. In Class C boys, Dexter 58-35, victorious over Panquist. And then Class A girls basketball rematch of the Class A North semifinal, Gardner over Lawrence, 41-37. So Gardner gets their revenge in that one, but that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Hammond Lumber Company appreciates the communities that have supported Hammond's prosperity and growth over the years. The Hammond team is grateful for the opportunity to give back by supporting local causes that sustain strong, vibrant communities throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond recognizes that they could not do this without your support. Thank you for choosing Hammond as your building project partner. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to serve local communities since 1953.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Mainly Pizza is not just pizza. They have grocery items, baked goods, breakfast sandwiches, and subs. They also have freshly baked desserts and ice cream, all in a family atmosphere. A visit to Mainly Pizza is worth the drive.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC.
Back, everyone. Well, Shark Tank's Mr. Wonderful was one of the investors caught in the FTX miss, and he testified about the crypto collapse on Capitol Hill yesterday. Lawmakers are lamenting the fact that they didn't get to question FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, now jailed in the Bahamas and facing a litany of federal charges. Madeline Rivera has more.
Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs will come to order.
Congress is looking for answers. How did the third largest crypto exchange implode? And with it, billions of dollars gone. It's the second hearing this week scrutinizing FTX and its disgraced founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, who allegedly used customer funds for his own personal use.
Any violations of the law should be aggressively prosecuted.
With Madoff and with Sam Bankman-Fried, investors didn't ask questions for fear of missing out.
There is bipartisan frustration on the Hill and a new push to regulate the industry known for its celebrity endorsements. Senate lawmakers heard from one of those celebrities, crypto investor Kevin O'Leary. Even as a paid FTX spokesman, O'Leary did not defend the company.
I simply called Sam Bankman-Fried and said, "Where is the money, Sam?"
Instead, he emphasized the promise of the industry, saying FTX's collapse actually had a silver lining.
Going or gone are the inexperienced or incompetent managers, weak business models, and rogue, unregulated operators.
On the other side of the debate, the Senate Banking Committee heard from a crypto skeptic and actor known for his role on the OC.
In my opinion, the cryptocurrency industry represents the largest Ponzi scheme in history.
Not there to testify, Sam Bankman-Fried. He was arrested Monday right before he was set to testify before Congress. Now he's facing a range of charges from fraud to money laundering.
Bankman-Fried could face 115 years in prison if convicted. In New York, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So plenty of alerts in effect. Let's break them down right here. This blue area is a winter storm watch. It's in effect until 1 p.m. Saturday. We'll see an upgrade at some point as we're watching for more snow that will begin to move in. There's a storm watch in effect until Saturday morning at 7 a.m. This is worse than the gale alerts. And that little shade right there farther off right about in here is a gale watch also up until 4 p.m. Saturday. So plenty of activity that we'll be watching out for. And these are winter storm warnings further off towards the south and west in the pink. And this shade right here that's not quite showing up much is actually an ice storm warning that's up for a few areas. So not looking pretty good in a few areas. Back here at home, we're not too bad. Just under a mostly cloudy sky today. And we're watching a few returns on the radar for the northeast going toward the south and west. I'm not too worried about them. They're probably not even making it to the ground. And if they are, it will not be a big deal. Those will taper off rather quickly. What I am worried about is this system right about in here. It's tracking off from the south and west, going toward the north and east. And this will give us some snowfall and maybe some significant snowfall in a few spots as this does continue to track off towards the north and east. Hence why those winter storm watches are now in effect. Let's break this down right now on Futurecast. Plenty of clouds moving in today with a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation expected at all today. or tonight either, but tomorrow will remain mostly cloudy. The winds will get gusty again, and here's that precipitation line right there. It's slow to move in from the southwest to the north and east. But on top of gusty winds, we'll be watching for snow and maybe a wind sheet mix in some spots too, especially closer toward the coast, and temperatures get above freezing moving forward. So how much snow? It's going to be very spread out. So we're going to run this and stop this at Saturday at about midnight. So Saturday at 12 a.m. Hardly anything at some point, maybe half inch to an inch in some spots. But we'll run this through most of the weekend, at least through early Sunday morning. And some areas can see about 6 to 8 inches before we're all finished up. And even beyond that, maybe just a little bit more, at least through early Monday morning. Plenty to sort out yet. This will definitely change, but some significant snowfall possible in a few spots between now and Monday. And of course, this will change as it does develop, so definitely stay tuned for updates. Gusty winds will also be an issue as well at around 20 to 25 miles per hour today, and also in the parts of tomorrow moving forward. And because of this, wave heights are up at around 4 to 11 feet according to some of the buoys out there. Further out towards sea, check out this color right there. That really tells you the waves are active in some areas. Our average high being 35 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today with the mid-30s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also near Monday and Tuesday before we cool off again to the lower 30s as we head towards your Wednesday. Your forecast for today, upper 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. As for tonight, lower 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast breeze backing off briefly to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 30s, rain and snow showers on the way. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. This will move in during the afternoon period. Your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast, rain and snow chances move in on Friday, continue into Saturday and Sunday with a smaller chance on Monday, and temperatures overall in the middle to upper 30s.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Portal Call in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports, including Harris tweed handbags, wallets and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, Man Bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portal Call, 69 Main Street, Bucksport.
Do you have leaky pipes? Are you planning a plumbing job? Is your heating system working right? Are you designing a plumbing project? Then contact Harley's Plumbing and Heating Plus.
If your toilet will not flush, Harley will be there in a rush. Furnace bit the dust today. Harley crew is on the way. Harley Plumbing, Harley Heating. 990-2200.
Call now.
Harley!
Call or visit online.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
12 parents invited us into their homes, all in search of today's best parenting style.
I want to know why my house looks like a nuclear explosion and your house looks like that.
The Parent Test. Special premiere tonight on ABC.
Some winter fun in the sun can improve your sleep. That's according to a new study. University of Washington scientists say your sleep patterns at night are much better when you're outside and getting some sun during the day. And that's even if it's overcast. The researchers say human circadian clocks tell you when you need to sleep, but they need daylight exposure to kick in. And when that doesn't happen, your body clock is delayed and that pushes back the sleep. Indoor sources of light, only like lamps and computer screens, can delay your clock by 15 minutes.
Makes sense.
Makes sense to me. You got to get a good night's rest.
Even a short walk really helps me sleep better at night.
Yeah, get a little exercise and just make everything a little bit better.
Right. It's been helping me stay less cold, too. If you get out and move a little bit, I'm less cold throughout the day.
Get the blood moving.
Yeah.
Good Morning America is next. We'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good Thursday.
The Old Mill Pub in Skowhegan is an historic restaurant and bar overlooking the Kennebec River. Enjoy the atmosphere while dining on local handcrafted pub fare, as well as Maine beers and craft cocktails. Also offering bar and catering services.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
This holiday season, you can expect the same great deals as you do every year, here at Quality Jewelers. Come in between now and Christmas Eve to capitalize on our 36-month 0% financing. We also have discounts store-wide, up to 50% off select pieces priced to move. Our expert staff is standing